Hello, my name is Jay Miller and I'm the head softball coach at the University of Missouri. Our topic for today will be base running, and I'd like to give you a little bit of an overview or general philosophy that we try to use with our ball club at Missouri. Over the past 5 or 6 years, we've been in the top 5 teams in the nation in terms of stolen bases. We've had the nation's leading stolen base runner in the country, and one of the things that we try to do is be as aggressive as we can as a team. And I think in terms of looking at a whole overall offensive philosophy, we found that the more aggressive we can be with our runners, both in terms of stealing bases and looking for opportunities to take and advance a base throughout the course of play, has really been a big plus for us offensively. We've been able to generate some runs. We've been able to score a little bit more than we normally would, rather than just relying on our batters to drive in everything and do everything themselves. In looking at a general philosophy, we tell our players from the beginning of the year on is their job as a base runner is to go as far as they possibly can till they can't go any further. So if I'm starting out as a batter and I hit the ball, I'm going to go as far as I can till the defense stops me. Whether that's first base, halfway to second, 3/4 of the way to second, around second into third, it doesn't really matter. My job is to push that limit as far as possible. Once I can't go any farther, I get back as quick as I can to the base. So if I hit a base hit to left field, I'm going to round first base with the idea that I'm going to second until the defense stops me. Once I see them make a play, then I'm going to get back as quick as possible. So a general philosophy, go as far as you can till you can't go any further, then get back as quick as you can. The second thing that we want to teach our runners is there's no such thing as advancing one base at a time. We always want to advance 2 bases, at least. If I'm a runner at first, every time the ball's hit, I'm thinking I'm going to third. I'm not just happy and content that I make it 1 base. I want to go 2 bases each time. If I'm a batter, every time I hit the ball, my goal is to end up on second base. The only way that I won't do that is if the defense stops me somehow. When I'm at second base, I'm thinking I'm going to score every time the batter hits the ball. Whether it's a ground ball, a pop-up, fly ball, whatever it might be, I'm going to go 2 bases and I'm going to score on that ball that's hit. We want our hitters and our base runners to think for themselves and react to the situation. We don't want, as coaches, to develop robots out on the playing field. And I see a lot of problems, I feel, with a lot of the teams that when we look at some of the teams that where we go to recruit, we watch some of the high school teams that we see play, as well as a lot of the teams that we play against at the university level, is that the base runners and the hitters rely totally on the coaches to tell them whether to go, whether to stop, whether to stay, and what to do in every situation. I feel that the game's for the players. We want the players to play the game. The more we can get the players to react to situations, to push themselves, and to press and take advantage of the defense, the better our team's going to be. If a runner has to wait for me to tell him where to go when I'm coaching at third base, whether to score, whether to stop, or whether to go halfway, we're going to lose that advantage. And we're going to lose that split second that it takes to make the difference between being safe at home plate or being called out. So it's important as a coach not to develop robots out there. Let your players play the game. Teach them to be aggressive, to take advantage of the defense. And don't let them or don't have them rely on you as a coach for every single step that they make out on the playing field. The last thing in terms of our philosophy is, as a runner, I always need to be aware of where the ball is. Be ready and be looking for an opportunity to take an extra base. Our whole idea of being an aggressive runner is to force the defense into making mistakes. If I hit a base hit to center field, for example, and I round first base with the intent on going to second, if I stop, turn my back, and walk back to first base, meanwhile the center fielder throws the ball away when she's throwing it back into the infield, I've lost that opportunity to take an extra base because I turned my back to the ball. So always have your runners know where the ball is. Always make sure that they're ready and looking for that advantage and looking to take advantage of a defense that bobbles the ball or makes a miscue on the throw. Always be aware of where the ball is at all times. So in sort of recapping a general philosophy, 1, we want to go as far as we can until we can't go any farther. 2, always take 2 bases at a time. As a base runner and as a batter, you're always thinking 2 bases. 3, allow your team to react to the game and play the game on the field rather than always relying on the coaches to tell them everything to do. And 4, make sure you know where the ball is at all times and be ready to take advantage of any mistake that the defense gives you.